This is Access 2019, Module 1, Part 7. In this segment, we will be creating a simple report. Now, a report is going to be very similar to a form. It is designed, however, so that it is better suited for printing. You can also view them on the screen, so they do not have to be printed, but they are designed to be a more efficient way of printing the information. So let's get back into our database. So we are in our Lakewood database, and you should have already created both of your tables, billing and visit. You should have populated the visit table, so that needs to have data in it. That's what we will be using for our report. And if you've done the other segments of this module, you would have also done a simple query and a simple form. So now we're going to create the simple report. So anytime we create a new object, you go to the Create tab. And now, since we are doing a simple report, we go over to the Report group, and we're going to use the Report Wizard. So using the Report Wizard, again, the first option is to select whether you are using a table or a query to create the report. We are going to use the visit table. And then the second option is to select the fields that you want to include on the report. We are going to only include the visit ID, the patient ID, and the reason. Again, as with any other wizard, if next is an option, we should always choose next. We should only choose finish when next is not available. So we're going to go to next. And now it wants to know if we have any grouping levels. Grouping levels will be discussed in a later chapter. So for this particular report, we're not going to add any, so we're simply going to say next. And it wants to have a sorting option. So how are the records to be sorted? Which field do we want to sort by? We are going to sort by their visit ID in ascending order. Again, we'll choose next. Now you want to make sure you answer all of these 3 questions before you leave this screen. They want to know the layout, so you can see the different layouts of the reports. We will go ahead and choose tabular. And then it also wants to know if you want portrait or landscape, and if you want the field width so that all the fields will fit on one page. We're going to leave that checked and leave that as portrait. So we'll choose next. And now we need to give it a name, so we will call this Visit Details. So we'll just add the word details at the end of visit. And since next is no longer an option, we can choose finish. You can see we get a report. Now this particular report, it opens up in a view called Print Preview. So there's a few things that we can do. We can navigate by page. So it shows us each page of the report using the navigation arrows instead of navigating by record. One thing I also like to do is I like to fit it to the window. So if you choose under Zoom, Fit to Window, it puts the entire page on the screen so that you can see all of the page. So I like using this, especially when viewing the grading reports. And then when you scroll between the different pages, you can see what each page will look like. This particular view, the print preview, you do have to close it if you want to go back and look at the other views. This is design view. Again, in design view, similar to the forms, you get that grid look. We also have a layout view, allowing the objects to be highlighted so that we can change the look and feel of the report. If you cannot find a view button, go to the Home tab and then you'll be able to locate it there. And we have report view. So we have similar views just like we did. We can do a file and you can do print. Quick Print sends it to the default printer without making any changes. If you choose the print option, then you can choose the printer that you want to print to. Now remember, on campus you have options to print to PDFs, and if you choose one of the PDF prints, it will save. I'm just going to call it test. So if you're running out low on your print allotment and you want to print something, you can always print to a PDF and keep a digital copy of whatever it is you're looking at. So once we're done, we can go ahead and close Visit Details. And now you can see we have objects in our database that are tables, queries, forms, and reports.